Hi everyone, welcome back to Brookdale Farm. Well, we've just acquired our new hay rake and we've just got it home. But it's a little bit of a sketchy load on the ute. We are well oversized for what we should be, and it only just fits on. I thought I would just take this opportunity to talk a little bit about safety with oversized loads. So I see people asking on Facebook fairly regularly, can I do this? What's legal? What's the legal widths? Now it's different in every state, so you need to look up and see what you can do in your own state. But inevitably somebody comes back with the comment, if it ain't right, do it at night. Now, I've done that. Lots of us have done that. If it's slightly sketchy, you do it when nobody is around and no one's going to see you. But it can also get you into an awful lot of trouble. So if you're not legal and there is an accident, you're going to be liable. Now today, with this load on, I was crossing a narrowish bridge. It's a long straight bridge, and there's a good view on the other side of it, so I could see the oncoming traffic. And there was this large black van coming towards me, and he was moving it along at a fair clip, and he was not slowing down. And I thought, he's not going to stop and give way to me. Now, I was over width. I could not move off the bridge, so he was going to come straight through and hit me. At that point, I tramped down on the accelerator and got going as fast as I could, and I got off the bridge with about 2 seconds to spare before he came past me. Because I had the correct signage, flagging, lights and everything, if I had been a bit further back on the bridge and hadn't been able to get off, and he had hit me and potentially written off both of our vehicles, his insurance is going to have to pay. If I did not have the correct signage, flagging, etc., and I was in the wrong, my insurance would not be paying. I would personally be liable for his vehicle, and that was probably a $70,000 or $80,000 vehicle looking at it. If that had been written off, that would take me an awfully long time to pay off. If I'm doing this illegally, my insurance is going to say, nah, go away. We're not covering you for that. Also, recently, about 2 weeks ago, there was a farmer who was jailed because they were moving a cedar at night without lights or signage, and no escort vehicle, and unfortunately somebody came the other way and got killed. Now this farmer is in jail now, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life, what he has done. But there is an entire family as well that is mourning out there because this guy did something that he thought he could get away with, and the worst possible thing happened and somebody got killed. So if you are going to be doing something slightly dodgy, make it look as legal as you can. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things that you need. So if you are moving over width loads, you need to have flags front and back at each corner. Now these flags are expensive, I know, but I've never actually bought one. All the ones I've got, I've found on the side of the road. So keep an eye out, you'll find plenty of them. They fall off trucks often enough. I always put a bit of extra rope string on mine so that they don't fall off again. Obviously they've fallen off once, they're likely to fall off a second time. So make sure you've got the flags. You need orange flashing lights. And if you're going to be moving something at night, make sure you've got clearance lights out the side. In Western Australia, it is in fact not legal to move oversized loads after dusk. In South Australia and I believe Queensland, it is legal. So for all of these things, you need to check in your own location what you actually need. But in Western Australia now, we need 2 orange flashing lights, and they need to be visible from the front and the back of your vehicle. We also need an oversized load sign. Now these also are expensive, and if you're not doing it very often, I understand that it's a lot of money to be forking out. The lights are expensive too. Go out and get the best quality one that you can afford. There are some cheap ones out there. You get what you pay for. I have a cheap one that is 20 years old though and does still work. It never worked very well, which is why I don't use it much. When I was starting out, I couldn't afford to buy signage, so I just made my own. This is a piece of chipboard that I had lying around. We painted it yellow, can of paint, and made up a stencil for the oversized load ahead, writing on it. I made that 20 years ago and I'm still using it, so I probably almost got my money's worth out of it. Another 2 years and it probably will have paid for itself. This one is not legal like this because you need to be able to see the number plate on the front of the vehicle. We used to have a frame that went on the roof racks that it fitted in, but more often than not now it gets used like this. I do need to get the proper sign for the roof rack again. So from the rear you also need your oversized sign and flags. Now this is just within the width that I do not need a pilot vehicle. If you're going to use a pilot vehicle, there's a whole bundle more things you need to know, and I'm not going to tell you all of them now because once again they're different in every state, and it's quite a lot more complicated. Anyway, I hope this has helped some of you do things a little bit more safely, and hopefully this will help stop any potential accidents that might occur. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!